All right, then, let's negotiate. We want everything.
Status. Jersey, do you copy? Can't trust us to charge some attention. There weren't any chances. You're headed for a small band to close your position.
What's going on, my fellow Division 2 agents? Welcome back to the channel. It's D Werewolf Gaming back with another Division 2 video. Alright, I hope everyone has been doing well and staying safe. Today, guys, got an amazing build that I really enjoy using, guys. I've been using this build since I first started playing this game, and I always go back to it from time to time because it is amazing, guys, especially for solo content or even in groups as well, because of the way that how this gear set works. With that being said, guys, it is very comparable to the new knee pads that just came out, the term oil knee pads. They work very similar, except with this gear set, guys, you do have full control over the enemies that you do deal damage to when compared to the term oil, which, you know, but they both work very similar. Your goal in these two, well, the knee pads and in this gear set itself is to basically target the enemy that has the most health, and then you'll be able to dish out more damage to the other enemies. All right, with this build though, guys, we are going to be using the St. Elmo's engine assault rifle, and this gun really needs no introduction. As you can see, it's fully maxed out with a weapon expertise of 28%. And that middle attribute, that last third attribute, can be rerolled, guys. I do got 10% damage to target out of cover for those who may be new to this game. All right, the talent is what really makes this gun stand out. It's called Actum S, and shooting the enemy with this weapon will give 1 stack. At 100 stacks, the next magazine will be 100% filled with shock. So that's 70 rounds of shock ammo, guys. The mods that come on critical hit damage 15%, plus 30 rounds, 10% weapon handling, and 15% critical hit chance. All right, I did use the Dark Winner as a secondary, guys, but in the gameplay, as you see, I didn't really use it at all. But it's just a great SMG, guys, primarily for the talent. I do have a weapon expertise of 16% on this, with the core attributes being fully maxed out. All right, the talent is what really makes it stand out. It's called Perfect Killer. Killing an enemy with a critical hit grants 90% critical hit damage for 10 seconds. The mods I do have are 10% critical hit damage plus 15 rounds, and 2 more 10% critical hit damage mods. All right, and side on is very good is the P320X Compact, guys. This gun is amazing, primarily because of what comes on it, and it is tied to your specialization, but you do get a pistol damage core with 5% damage to armor. And what really makes this gun really stand out is the talent. Is called Perfect Preservation. Killing the enemy repairs 15% armor over 5 seconds. Headshot kills improve the repair by an additional 15%. And the mods I do have on it are critical hit chance plus 11 rounds with 2 more critical hit chance mods on it as well. But as you see in the gameplay, guys, I don't really use my pistol anyway. All right, so this gear set I was talking about is the Negotiators Dilemma. 2 pieces gives you plus 15% critical hit chance. 3 pieces gives you plus 20% critical hit damage. And we have all 4 pieces on. You will have hostile negotiations. Basically, critical hits mark enemies for 20 seconds. You can mark up to 3 enemies, guys. Whenever you critically hit a marked enemy, all other enemies marked will take 60% of the damage dealt. Whenever a marked enemy dies, you gain plus 2% critical hit damage, stacking up to 20 times, or until the combat ends. All right, the core attributes, I do have an armor core, guys, with 170k, with the middle attributes going for critical hit and critical hit damage. All right, for the chest piece, guys, I did go with a 1-piece group of Sombra Sec piece, guys, and it gives me 13% critical hit damage. The core attributes being weapon core damage, with the middle attributes I'm going for critical hit damage and critical hit chance. The talent is ability rate, and critical hits increase total weapon damage by 1%. This stacks up to 10 times to get a 20% additional weapon damage, guys. This is great. And now this is one chest piece that you could use if you don't have this one, guys. I do have another alternate chest piece that you could use, and I often use this from time to time because it is great. And it is the Negotiators Dilemma chest piece. What makes it great is the talent. It's called Target Rich Environment, and it increases hostile negotiation mark from 3 to 5, guys. So instead of marking 3 enemies, you will mark up to 5. Basically, what you want to do is, guys, is that you want to aim at those guys, shoot at them until they get that mark, and that's how you know they are marked, and then you start shooting at them, guys, and that's how you get the benefit of that talent. All right, and I did have the Negotiators Dilemma holster on as well with an armor core with a critical hit chance of 6% attribute. Did have the knee pads on as well, guys, and with that I did have a weapon core with a 12% critical hit damage attribute. And I did have the gloves on as well with a weapon core with a 12% critical hit damage attribute as well. Now for the backpack, guys, you know, the momentum backpack is great, guys, for anything in this game, especially you know, anytime you playing this game solo or even in groups, guys, because the momentum backpack is just great. But basically what it does is each time you drop a trophy, each time you kill an enemy, they drop a trophy. You pick those trophies up, you're getting bonuses in the short and long term. And another thing that's amazing about this backpack is that it comes with all 3 cores, guys. You're getting weapon, armor, and a skill tier. And I do have a 12% critical hit damage attribute on it. And the talent is basically called Kill Confirm. Like I said, each time you're picking up those trophies, you're getting bonus in weapon damage, bonus in armor, and skill efficiency. You also will receive 300% armor regen, guys. That's just great for being able to survive anything on heroic content or just playing this game solo or even in groups, guys. But I do have another alternative. If you don't have this backpack, you can actually use the Negotiators Dilemma backpack, guys, which is amazing as well. And this backpack is great because you get mainly because of the talent, guys. It's called Critical Measures, and basically increases hostile negotiation damage to an additional marked enemies from 60% to 112%. So you're going from the 60% to 112%. So that's pretty good, guys. I do go back and forth on this. Depending on if I want more survivability, I will keep the momentum on. But if I just want to, you know, the damage is amazing as well when using this backpack. So ultimately, the choice is yours. But overall, this gear set is great, guys. Like I said, it's very comparable to when you're using the turmoil knee pads. But when you're using this right here setup, you have more control over the enemies that you are targeting. All right, for the skills, I did go to Revive a Hive. That way, if I make a mistake and go down, guys, I get a second chance of life. And I do like using the striker drone, guys, to draw aggro. Let's take a look at the weapon stats. As you can see, I did have a critical hit damage chance of 58%. The max is 60 with a critical hit damage of 165%. And headshot damage of 75%. That's when using the St. Elsmo's engine. And when I did have the Dark Winter equipped, guys, 60% critical hit chance with 180% critical hit damage with a headshot damage of 70%. All right, so let's take a look at my armor. I felt that this is a pretty balanced build, guys. Had one right there at 1,301,410 armor with 130,141 armor back on the kill. And I did have a little bit of health regeneration at 1,815. Overall, pretty balanced build, guys. Really enjoy this particular setup here. I always go back to this to play with, guys, especially when I want to clear a room pretty quickly. This is a go-to build that I enjoy using. All right, so let's take a look at the weapon specialization real quick. All right, guys, for this particular setup, I did use the gunner specialization. Most of you veteran players know, but every third reload is 50% faster. You will be getting 10% armor back on the kill. Great for helping you survive. And one big factor, guys, because I do enjoy using the Banshee Pulse, is that you will have access to the Banshee Pulse, and it basically launches a forward arc of pulse energy that disorients enemies caught in the wave, and it also can penetrate through cover as well. One last thing, guys, is don't forget to equip the correct weapon element to get your bonus in whatever weapons you're using. For example, I'm using the assault rifle and the SMG, so you get a bonus in 15% increasing weapon damage whenever you got the correct elements equipped. All right, guys, so stick around. I'm going to finish the rest of this mission. Hope you enjoy the gameplay. If you do, guys, don't forget to hit a like, thumbs up. Really appreciate it, guys. And if you're new to the channel as well, don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe as well, guys. And turn on the notifications as well. So whenever you do know whenever I do Division 2 content. With that being said, really appreciate each and every one of you for your valuable time and continued support. Really means a lot, especially those who always have a lot positive to say, guys. It really means a lot. With that being said, D Werewolf out.
Why is that door still open? It's closing now, sir. Door sealed. have to take a long way around. You bring southeast around the ridge. Black Tech specializes in dealing with situations like this, but the site is